bass songwriter, musician. This April, I'm entering the final stages of making my 5th solo record. It's going to be called Veisalgia. I've been making records since 2007. My first record was called Dream Token. I made it in my bedroom and I mixed it on a ghetto blaster. It did alright, considering. Since then I've worked with some great musicians, some great bands, done a lot of touring around Europe, and I've made 3 other records in various different studios. This is definitely the biggest studio project I've ever taken on. I started making the demos for this album in the lockdown of 2020, and I found that space and actually the isolation away from other musicians, away from playing live, it allowed the ideas to kind of become pure and run off in their own directions. I put out 3 singles from the album last year, one called Street Fight, one called Evidence, and one called This Is My Home. When I was making my last album, Hey Mathematician, which came out in 2017, I mixed the record at a studio in Hackney Wick called Gizzard Studios, and I knew when we were making that record that I wanted to come back and make a full album, record everything there. We're recording everything down to 2-inch tape. There's very few computers involved in the process of making this album, a lot of vintage equipment, and it's very live take based. So the stage we're at now is we're making the final overdubs. I've got some great session musicians doing that. Then there's the mixing and the mastering process, both of which are going to be handled at Gizzard. Then there's the CD and vinyl production process. Now the techniques we've been using really mean that this album is, for me, it's just got to be heard on vinyl. It's going to make it my first vinyl record, which I'm very excited about. It's not only the most exciting stage of making a record, it's also the most expensive, because you want to try and get the mixing and the mastering done in a fairly short period of time so that you can see the record as a whole and you're making the sound in one go. It's the most crucial part, the most exciting part, and that's why I wanted to put this campaign together and see who's out there who might want to get involved in bringing the last part together and getting the album out into the world. There's a range of perks on the Indiegogo page. Have a look at them. There's a pre-order section, and then there's several other options. If something takes your fancy and you feel like supporting, I'd be eternally grateful, and you'll always be a part of bringing Veisalgia into life and into the world. I want to thank you for your time. Please have a look at the perks, get involved if you can, and I'll see you soon.